Hello everyone. Welcome to Miss Rati's English class. So today we are going to have some funny learning another new letter sound. Let's see what we are going to learn today. Okay, but before we start our lesson, let's talk about the class rules. I want you to always be on time to attend your session, and you need to sit properly. If you're sitting on the carpet, you need to sit like this, girl. And if you're sitting on the chair, you need to sit also like this. And I want you to bring your pencil, your crayon, and your notebook. And don't forget the worksheet for the letter E. Then I want you to listen. No shouting. Don't make noise, please. Okay. You need to listen very, very carefully. Alright, so our lesson for today, we are going to focus on the letter sound E, E, E. Alright, so for more sound practice, you can go to Jolly Phonics, letter E sound, and then you can play the video, do the actions, and say the letter sounds. Okay, but I want you to know that this letter, the sound is E, 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 E. Okay, you should know that. And the letter name is I. So for you to be able to read words with this letter, you need to know the letter sound mostly, yes. But the name is I. We don't focus on the name when we want to read and write words with E sound. So let's say together E. Can you say again? E. Okay. E as in ink. Okay. E as in ink. Alright. Now let's see our objectives. I want you to be able to identify and say the letter sound E. Whenever you see this letter, I want you to say that's an E sound or this is an E sound. Okay. And I want you to practice writing upper and lower case E. And the last one, I want you to name or read words with E sound. But the words that we are going to read is only with the sounds that we have learned so far. Okay, we did this, we did A, we did T. Okay, so you need only to know those letter sounds and then read words with those sounds. Okay, that's it. Now let's look at the objects that begin with the E sound. On the picture here, I have the E for igloo, then E for iguana, then E for invitation, then E for insect. Okay, E for inchworm, then E for inside. Okay, I want you to look around your house. Do you have anything? We start with the E sound. Look. Let's look around. Okay, so for me, I have a tray. Okay, and the tray inside it has some pencils, some crayons, some whiteboard markers. They are inside the box. Alright, and I have a picture of an igloo on the wall, a picture of an iguana on the wall, and that's it for me. And how about you? What can you see? Let's start with the E sound. Do you have or you don't have? Can you just look around? What can you find? Something inside, right? Yes, yes. Very good. Now let's see how we are going to write the letter E. So, this one is so simple. So today you are not going to have problems writing because the letter E is so simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay, you will start with 1, then you do 2 and 3, and then you will do the lowercase only 1, and then you put your dot. That's your step number 2. Oh, that's nice. Can you try on the A first? 1, 2, 3. That's the uppercase E sound. And then the lowercase, let's do on the A, 1, 2. And the 2, we are just putting a dot. Now, I want you to write in your notebook, just or on a piece of paper, roughly. Okay, let's do 1, then go up to just a small line, then 3 here, just a small line, and then the lowercase 1, and then we put our dot as step number 2. Well done. So now we are going to have more practice. We are going to use a worksheet. If you have a worksheet like this one, you can take it out, or if you have a book, you can go to a bookstore, you can buy a book with letters like this. So we start with this one, tracing. After tracing, we trace, or you can visit this website and download the worksheets for handwriting practice. They've got amazing worksheets for handwriting practice. So first of all, we need to practice tracing the letter. Okay, when you are fine with tracing the letter, then you can write independently in your notebook like this. Okay, so let's do. I'm going to give you some minutes to trace the letter, and then we will do independent writing. So what you need to do now is you can pause the video and do some writing. When you are done writing, you can continue with your video. Okay, so let's pause the video. Let's do some handwriting practice. First, we trace on the worksheet. Second, we do independent writing in the notebook. All right, so when you are done practicing to write, it's time to read. Let's read. Reading is funny, okay? We are going to read words with the E sound. So our words are not many because we have only done few letters. All right, so what can we do now? We can start with the small words, right? Because it is only 2 letters. But you need to know those letters, the words. You need to be able to read these words. You need to be able to write these words before you go to the next lesson. Okay, so now this is E sound, the one we are doing today, and then this is the S sound. We did it in the first lesson, I think, yes. All right, so this is how we are going to read. We say E, S, is. E, S, is. Can you do? All right, now you need to have some more practice. Pause the video and do more practice. Is, is, is. And this one, you move on to the next one. It, it, it. Very good. Pause the video and practice to read the word. When you are done, you can now move on to the CVC word. Okay, this is what you need to do. We are going to say the first one, s, e, t, sit. Okay, let's do one more time. S, e, t, sit. You can see she is sitting on the chair. Okay, so pause the video again and do the letter sounds. S, e, t, sit. When you are done reading and you feel comfortable reading the 3 words, you can move on to writing. So for writing, I don't have a picture for the words is and it. I want you to write only by yourself. Can you try to write the word is? Okay, the next one, it. Can you write? When you are done, I want you to write the word for this one. Okay, can you write the word sit? S, e, t, sit. Can you write the word s, e, t, sit? Okay, so you write the word sit, then you need to draw a chair and draw yourself sitting on the chair, and use your crayons to color your picture. Show it to somebody to get a thumbs up. All right, I want you to use as many crayons colors as you can. Make it a beautiful picture. I want you to show your creativity. Okay, then you write the word sit. The word sit is s, e, t, sit. If you cannot remember, it's here, but I want you to be able to write it independently from your head, because we did the letter S, we did the letter E, and we did the letter T. So I want you to use your head to write the words, and then you color. So pause the video, stop the video, and do the writing work. Okay, when you are done, you will continue to the next one. As a recap, I want you to say the letter sound E. Can you say the letter sound E? E, E, E. Okay, very good. Now I want you to name 5 objects which start with E sound. Can we get 5 objects? Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me check how many we have, how many objects we have with the E sound. Can you see? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, so you were supposed to say all these, and then only 5. Then 1 is a bonus. That's a bonus for you. All right, so what's next? I want you to trace the letter E sound, okay, in your notebook, I think, okay, or worksheet. You need to do that. You can do more handwriting practice. And when you are done with the tracing, you feel that now I can trace this letter without any problem. I want you to write on the paper also independently, okay? Independently write the letter E sound as many as you can. Well done. Show someone your work and get a thumbs up. And also, if you have more time, you can make a craft, okay, of anything which start with the letter E sound. You can get a cardboard box, you can get cotton wool and make a e-glue, or you can make an invitation card. You can make anything. Just be creative, okay? Make a craft of anything which start with the letter E sound. And then you show mommy and get something, okay? When you show mommy, you get a gift. Tell mommy, Miss Ratty says, after I show you my craft work, you will give me a gift, all right? Okay. Well done. Great job. You were so lovely today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Don't forget to join again for the next lesson. And don't forget to click like and also to subscribe to Miss Ratty's English class, so that when I post a new video, you get a notification. You come here, we learn together to read and write in English. Thank you so much. Goodbye.